Hello, darlings. Glory to God. We are now back live. Happy Monday, y'all. Y'all know it's me, KD, your divine cosmic cousin, divine cosmic cheerleader, all things divine, checking in with another live. And today I decided that we are actually here for our first POV by KDB social of the year. I'm trying to keep things very light, very cozy, very chill, we're not working on anything, no DIYs, no get ready with me's. This is definitely just grab your your treats, your snacks, whatever the case may be, whatever you need so we can go ahead and get into this because I want to talk about some things. But before we do that, y'all know I got to thank God for this day. I got to thank God for letting us be here. I got to thank God for his protection, his grace, his mercy, just being the awesome God that he is and keeping our head on straight, doing what he needs to do, moving through each and every one of us and getting us to where we need to be because I'm definitely working on some things and in the execution. We definitely hope when we get that PPP, our purpose, our partnerships, our profit, all that good stuff. And y'all know I love a good social. So here we are for another social. Like I said, starting me, KD, your divine cosmic cousin, divine cosmic cheerleader. So today, I do want to talk about the 2026 job lottery. Y'all know, if you don't know, then now you know. This is something that's kind of like been on my mind for quite some time. So I'm figuring out how I'm going to get it out to y'all. And most of the time, that's live and in real time where I'm just kind of giving y'all my thoughts. And this is why this is the perfect first episode to kick off my POV by KDB podcast. And in this season, we are going to have social. So I do have my POV by KDB podcast that y'all can check out the original episodes for. And that's literally just POV by KDB. But like I said, now we're doing POV by KDB socials as well, because between POV by KDB, that was the initial brand. And before we get into everything else, I'm just giving y'all the breakdown. But that was the first YouTube channel that I had in 2017 that I deleted. And now that I'm back, I just couldn't leave that out of my brand. So because why would I? It's POV by me. So that is now my podcast that is on my brand now, which is Curated by KD. And then y'all know we have socials as a part of the brand Curated by KD. So it's all love, baby. I'm trying to make it come together. Y'all get to see this live and in real time. And it's really why I really love YouTube, my YO YouTube, because yeah, like I said, a long time ago, I can't wait for y'all to see everything that God has for me. And y'all get to see live and in real time. So again, what we're here for is this 2026 job lottery. And I want to talk about the quiet part said out loud, okay? Because I can't believe that. I don't even want to say I didn't know this, because I did know this, but it's just something that I want to bring to anyone that is having to deal with this 2026 job lottery or poverty. Glad God kind of came through with that one, because it's just like, whoa, 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 especially if you're millennial, Gen Z. There are some other generations that may be going through it, but me being a millennial, I can tell y'all from our point of view, and then just like I said, other creators have come online talk about their point of view. Just about this 2026 job lottery. I also didn't say the Bible verse today. I just let down. So I'm like, hold on, y'all, because happy birthday to everybody that's born today. And we also love Aquarius season because, this also the age of Aquarius. So it's just like, the insight that we're trying to get everything together. So yeah, happy birthday to everybody that's born today. The Bible verse today is coming from 1 Corinthians 2:9. And it does say, however, as it is written, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things has prepared for those who love him. And that's what kind of just took over my mind right now, because it's like, right, the things God has prepared for those who love him. No eye has seen it, no ear has heard it, no mind has ever conceived. It's like the things that okay, let's just say God gives you a thought. Or let's just say you have a thought, and then you kind of like execute on it, and it turns out better than you thought that it would ever be, because it's just like God always has more in store for us than what we ever thought. So yeah, just kind of making me see the Bible verse of the day, because I always love how spiritually things align. Hello, this is the social. So yeah, that's why I'm like, just how things align. I love that. But the quiet part out loud, that's what I was talking about. Yes, yes, yes. The quiet part out loud regarding this 2026 job lottery is it is not a position being filled. It's actually a checkbox. And if you don't meet that checkbox, that's probably why you're in this predicament. So now that we have given God his reverences and glory and everything, I'm like, let's go ahead and talk about it. Because y'all see, I got my composition book ready. Because last time my notes were all over the place. So I'm trying to get better at running my one woman program show like God want me to. So boom, let's do this. Because I'm like, I already got the notes set up. So even though I do have the notes set up right here, I'm like, the story starts right here on this phone, because this phone right here, and I can go ahead and show y'all the message, because apparently this supposed to be, let me take a step back. Let me just tell y'all, because like I said, at this point I don't care if y'all get to sit in there, because I really want to find out who this is. So yeah, y'all, that's something like, y'all can have this phone there, because who is this playing on my phone like they trying to give me the, why? Because I'm trying to not get hot and bothered behind them. The job's playing, because I'm just like, this phone right here, literally only my places that I have reached out to for employment, only people that I have come in contact with through my entrepreneurial ventures. Like, let's say, I have a photo booth or an event or something, and contact information. A lot of the times I don't even give them my number. So I'm like, it's email. They only get my number when it's a referral. And that's why I really just don't like referrals, because I don't like people having my phone number. I really like you to go through my website. I really like things in email. I just don't think you need my personal contact phone number for business. So a lot of people don't have this phone number. Like I said, just these jobs that I've been applying to in 2025, 2026, child, I'm like, because when did I get this phone? I think I got this phone in 2025. This phone number specifically, because I had a line prior to that as well. But yeah, this phone number I've only had since 2025. I'm almost certain. It's probably just been a year since I've had this phone number. So yeah, only jobs that I've been applying to, only my immediate family, mama, daddy, stepdaddy, grandma, aunties. My daddy's sons do have this number. Yeah, because I'm like, my cousins don't have this phone number. My homegirls don't have this phone number. Anybody's son that think they want to talk to me don't have this number. They got to reach this iPad. Talk to me on iMessage. If you don't have an iPhone, you can't talk to me, because I don't be. They don't pay this phone bill. They're not going to pay this phone bill, so they're not going to get this phone line. As simple as that. As simple as that. As simple as that. So when I'm job hunting and I'm getting these random like messages outside of this, y'all ever got them random messages on iPhones where it's just like at such and such, like it's not even from a phone number. It's like some kind of weird email, and that is not right. But I got a phone call last week from an interview from a recruiter for a job that I did not get, that I talked about on my last previously on Curated by KD episode, which is kind of how we got here. Because I ended up calling her back, because I just didn't understand how her crying baby in the background is okay for her job, but not for me, because they told me that I didn't give enough details, which is how we got here on this talk topic. So stay with me. But I also found out that y'all recruiters get paid by commission. For every person that they refer, they get paid like a certain amount. So it's really so much going on behind the scenes that's just like really weird to me, and getting a job in 2026. So I get a text message. Oh, but that was about the random phone call. So about the random phone call about the recruiter that called me about the job that I did not get, called me from like a local phone number. So I didn't even know who it was. Like I said, I don't give nobody my phone number, but in my mind, I'm thinking, you are looking for a job. You are looking for some income. So answer the phone just in case it is, because typically a recruiter would be like, from one of these numbers, a whole different area code from where I live, that's just random. But this was local, so I answered it, and I was just like, hello. And this the part that got me again, not just with the baby crying in the background. This girl calls my phone like she's my homegirl. So she's just like, hello, can I speak to, pronounce my name incorrectly. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she was just like, may I please speak to name pronounced incorrectly? And I was like, yes, it's Kadria. Who is this? Literally, because I'm just like, who is this? And that's why I'm like, I didn't get the job, but somebody calling me like this because, again, I've worked my way from employee to management. I've had to hire and fire. So if I'm calling you about a job, hi, this is Kay from such and such. I'm calling about such and such. So the fact that this couldn't do, see, I'm getting hot and bothered because I'm just like, the fact that they playing with my income for her pisses me off. It really does. I hate to say it like that, but it really does because it's just like I'm looking at so many flaws and holes, but y'all don't want. They don't want me to. I would either fix them if people don't like that because even with the IRS, they're like, bitch, we don't need you to fix our holes. Yes, you do. You do. But they didn't want to hear that from me. And that's why I shut down the way it is. Really get into my social bubble so y'all can see like really what I was going through up in that place. Like I said, I left with a web series of receipts. Okay, not inside, but I always left that building and gave y'all the rundown of what was going on. I gave y'all the inside outside too. Simple as that. So boom, she's calling. Like I said, it just did not feel very professional for like for my standards. That's what I should say. Because as somebody that is a working entrepreneur, a future business owner, my staff. Now that I think about it, my grandma even made me answer her phone calendar residence. Like there is a protocol when you get on this phone. You don't answer this phone just hello. And my last name not even calendar, but at my grandma's house it was. it was. That's how you want to answer her phone. So there will be a way that you answer my phone. So yeah, just her calling me just like she my homegirl on the local line. Who is this? Hi, this is Dominique from such and such, because I'm not gonna say the company name. Because, they still will call you back and be like, even though we rejected you 9 months ago, we're still hiring, apply. Still might not hire you. But for the purpose of, we're not going to say their name. We're just going to say Dominique name, okay? Because there's a lot of Dominiques in the world. It ain't like she's a Cadria, all right? Even still, who cares? So, boom. Yeah, she's just like, this is Dominique from such and such, and I'm calling because I saw your resume, and I wanted to reach out to you to schedule an interview, yada 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 yada. So I did all of that, didn't get a job. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so boom, here I am with a random, and this was on a Saturday. This was on a Saturday at 5:34 p.m. This is really what's going. This is what was really odd about it. So a random number says, "Are you working now?" So I'm trying to think, is this a nigga? Whose number is this? Am I not talking to somebody? Is this somebody from a different number? Am I booked for a gig today that I forgot about? Several things are running across my mind about who in the fuck is this? Okay. So I said that. Who is this? Where's the professionalism in these jobs? Because they go on to say, hi, Anna. I'm not Anna Annalise, bitch. Didn't I just tell you I'm Kadria, KD, y'all Divine Cosmic Cousin, Divine Cosmic Cheerleader, all things divine, checking in on this live? Okay. Hi, Anna. It's Allie. How about we go out for Korean barbecue today? Now, y'all, the only people that have my phone number is job recruiters and my family. Again, my friends don't even have this. Dudes that try to talk to me don't even have this. Like I told you, I've been talking to the same dudes since 2017. They have to contact this iPad. You contact me at iCloud.com. Yeah, that's why I be giving them a hard time. Okay? And I don't care. Because it ain't going it ain't going nowhere. Why would I even let it get to the... Please, like I said, been off and on with the same people for a long time and it ain't go. No. I need to know that you're gonna take care of me. When you can take care of at least the phone bill, get me off the family plan. First, I was paying for it by myself. Then I had to stop paying for it because, baby, hold on. T-Mobile kept going up. Now I'm on the family. You need to get me off the family plan or pay the bill to talk to. I've always had this. You're gonna talk to me through all these online social vices that we have. You can talk to me through email. You have a better chance of talking to me through email because I love to handle my business. I've always been this way. You can even ask people that grew up with me. They said, do you know how long it took me to get her phone number? You really have to. I'm a different type of... My name is Kadria. I be trying to tell people I'm different. I don't give a fuck what goes on in this world. That Bible said don't conform, and I won't. Because it ain't... Too much dip on your chip. Something ain't right. So... No, I've always been different, okay? So that's why I'm just like, Korean barbecue, and I'm just thinking, this is not nobody playing on my phone except the people that I've given my information to for income and employment, which is slick scary. So I said, you have never contacted this number before. Do I need to report your number as spam? And then with iPhone, you know how you can see like the little message typing? For the longest, they was trying to figure out what to say. Didn't even send it to me. I need to go ahead and report this as spam right now. Now, let me take my screenshot so I can have the number just in case I need it for anything so that they can know, delete and report junk. Because like I said, that was on a Saturday at 5:34 p.m. And especially on a Saturday at 5:34 again, I'm like, okay, hold on. I know our Hennessy Q1 activation started with. I'm like, there's no way I'm booked today. Like, no way. So I'm really going through my calendar and I'm just like, what the is going on? Games, Korean barbecue, Anna. That was the part that got me. Y'all playing on my phone as it. I was already spiraling from them people telling me, apply for this job. You'd be a great fit. Then they calling me for an interview. Then they telling me that they want, like, this been a whole series of this for a long time. And as the biggest sponsor of this channel, because I never want anybody to tell me what I'm doing with my channel, so I will always be the biggest sponsor. Will always try to be the biggest sponsor of my channel, because if somebody come with the bigger check, then that's just what it is. But that's why I'm trying to make sure I do what I do, because like I was telling y'all, I couldn't remember that quote. He who feeds you lets you starve. And that's what I was saying about my hands. I don't want to be in this predicament, ever again. Even if it's to the point where I'm growing my own fruits and vegetables to eat. I'm doing this with my own hands. But you, as a black person, I get a little iffy because it's Black History Month. And every time they see us out in the field, they just get a little, whoa. You know, anytime you out in a little plot of grass, doing a little something as a black person, to feel like you might take this inch as a mile. Like I said, they already trying to make the single women be handmaidens and all, is like trying to send us off to a camp. Got me figuring out how I'm, child, like I said, these aggravating old males that I've been dealing with since 2017. Whoa. I'm glad one of them called me last night. Like, you said you want to ring? That's what I said. Because even if it ain't you, I want God to know from my mouth to his ears. Yes, sir, it's the ring. Okay? I would love me a good husband. A good gentle man. Okay? Gentle man. But if I can't get that, then I don't really know about anything else. I need to be treated like a princess. Simple as that. If I can't get treated like a princess, it really don't work out for me. That's just what it is. That's why it's like, you can't come with no kids before me, because you have to take care of that kid. But when I need my princess trim, you're gonna look at me a little crazy. But it's like, I should be the baby. The grandma is the baby. The single woman is the baby. I'm the baby. Or even like Lil Ling Ling, I can't think of her name. Young Bae from Black Ink Crew. What she told her boyfriend, her rules. 2 rules. Number 1, family first. Number 2, I'm family. That's how I come with it. So, boom, here I am. Like I said, a middle-aged, unwed woman, trying not to be in this handmaiden camp, trying to figure out how I'm going to take care of myself, trying to find me a good gentleman. Oh, a good gentle man. Okay. But in the meantime, I still got to go live and do what I got to do to live. Okay. So here I am talking to my assistive intelligence. And y'all know my assistive intelligence is my chat GPT. So I was just telling my chat GPT, and I'm just like, all right, so I keep thinking about this job rejection due to me not giving details. Okay. And like I said, even about that, when I called Dominique, the same person, calling me like I'm her homegirl. Okay. Yeah, I when she told me that, they told me that they didn't give you the job due to not having details. I was really confused, because I'm like, I ran my mouth a lot. As y'all can see, I'm a yapper. Okay, I wasn't most talkative. Okay, I can talk. That's what I do. That's all I for a living. I love it. I be feeling like Joan Rivers and Wendy Williams spit me out. So are we working towards a real? I think I want my chair to be Tiffany teal. I think that's what I want my chair to be. You know how like Wendy Williams got her purple one? Because, let me show y'all the top of my chair that I'm sitting on right now, because no, y'all can't really see it. See? Yeah, that's why I'm like, this blue, I think it needs to be a Tiffany teal once we get to where we're going with this. But yeah, I'm sitting there giving, when he said no details, that really blew my mind, because I'm just like, your hands did a lot of typing. Every time, like, you know how you be in an interview and then you be trying to figure out what they wrote on the paper? Like, if you're in front of them, like, this was virtual, but like face to face, when they write stuff down, you be trying to read the paper to see what they wrote. You know, if this is, you know, the interview, he's the laptop over here, he writing some stuff. So that's why I'm just like, I'm thinking he writing down the stuff that I'm telling him. So I'm like, what do you mean no details? Like I said, I talked about stuff that was on my resume. I even told him, I don't even know if I put this on my resume, but I did do this at this job as well as this. Like, I was thinking, like, girl, I was thinking I gave that man too many details to the point where he was going to say, this bitch is overqualified. Okay. She done too much. We already know she is a working entrepreneur. So if anything, I would have been better off if he said she's a flight risk. She's not going to be here long. She's doing her own thing now. And that's one thing that we're all learning about this 2026 job lottery as well. It's like, they don't want you to excel in your own life. It's so strange. It's like, you can have career development, but you can't have personal development. Like, you can grow within their career, but don't try to grow within your own business. Like, my whole MO with having a job was to learn so I can build my own business, learn what practices work as far as the company rules, as far as management, as far as staffing, as far as work hours. All this kind of stuff is like, my learning what the people like, what the people don't like, and what the people really care about is wages. That's what the fuck they're not like. That's why they don't. That's the problem. The wages. It's the money. Okay, just the bottom line. Like I said, you don't meet the check box because it's about money. Like, you could literally go into a job interview and, like, they say, oh, we picked another candidate. Because I'm gonna put it like this. I was talking to somebody who I'm going to leave unnamed, and they were just talking about how people were interviewing at their job, and there was a position that was open. Okay, because like I said, there is no such thing as an open position. It's just a checkbox being filled. So it's supposed to be an open position, but they were specifically looking for a male of a certain age with a certain background. That's not up. You may as well put an ad out that says, we need a male this age with this background. Like, they're trying not to be discriminatory, but you may as well say exactly what you're looking for. You're not looking for experience. It like, you could, like, people were talking about how they had that let's just say, I don't know, because I'm trying to think. So one dude said he drove trucks. He was a truck driver. But because he had his first aid certification, healthcare jobs were reaching out to him. What the is a truck driver going to do? And that man ain't even looking for that type of job. Like, they were like, why am I getting all these jobs in healthcare just because I put that I have a AED CPR certification? The main thing is truck driver. I have moved this many pounds, weights, truckloads. I don't know. I never drove trucks. I'm just saying what I heard in my research and knowing that we're all in this together. You know, I told them I'm a millennial, so High School Musical, like, we're all in this together. Like, it's crazy out here. So again, back to my assistive intelligence, and I'm just like, I cannot believe that I was rejected due to not getting enough details. But then that made me sit back and ask, why were further questions not asked? Because to say that you did not have enough details, again, I'm someone that's had to hire, someone that's fired, someone that's been an employee, had to work my way up in management. So I've seen various levels of working in my tenure of 15 plus years of working. I'm over 30. I got my first job at 16 years old. Okay. So it's just like, I've been in various positions. Like I said, I done been the employee. I done been the trainer. I done been the team lead. I done been the supervisor. I done worked my way up to management. Like, key holders, all of that. Like, I'm like, forget a key holder. I was literally running a whole Cracker Barrel at one point in time. It was crazy. Baby, after 6 o'clock, that restaurant was mine. Baby, sometimes they believe at 5. What? Weekdays, I was definitely there a lot by myself. But weekends, they knew we were crushing it. So sometimes, but yeah, for the most part, running it. Okay, running it. So I'm like, why weren't like, if you felt like I didn't give you further detail, I just felt like, I said, I felt like I was giving too much information, but to know that the disqualifying answer was not enough detail given, that's why I was thinking, why didn't you ask further clarifying questions? But again, because it's not a position that's being filled, it's a checkbox. And I'm trying to think about what someone else said. They said you're not something, you're not exempt. It's not exempt. And I don't even know if it was overqualified. But basically they were just like, you're not getting rejected because of your skills. You're getting rejected because you won't be exploited. You're like, you're the type of person that, like I said, it's a flight risk. You're not going to be exploited by people. Like, I'm the type of person, I talk back at the IRS. Okay, I told you I made my supervisor cry. Girl, the rule says this, and so I don't care what you're talking about. I gave them people hell to pay. I know. They could not, like I said, and I'm keep coming to the day my badge don't work. And is that what I did? That's what I did. I kept going into the day that badge did not work. But it was just so unorganized for it to be an organization. It just really blew my mind. Like I said, everything that people think go about the is what it is. That's why I'm just the type of person that has to see. Back to working all these jobs so I can figure out how to work my own business, and knowing that jobs don't want you to do that anymore blows my mind. So it's because there's too many people in this world not for you to say, because I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know, because I'm just thinking, like, if me in a business owner position, how would I feel? Okay, because I've seen this before. Let's, even with Rachel, Zoe, and Brad, where Brad was under Rachel, but Rachel felt some type of way when he branched off and was doing his own thing. A lot, we hate him to this day for that. So it's like, I get it, but at the same time, are you crazy? He was supposed to work for Rachel Zoe forever? No. You gain the skills from working under freaking Rachel Zoe as a designer. You worked there because you had a passion for design. Learn what you learn and build your own brand. You done learn from her how to get into Target, how to get into stores, how to do, like, and then you could come in and train somebody else to do your job, which is what he did. But that person was not a Brad. Brad came in as a working entrepreneur, and she really wanted an employee. But I don't think there's anything wrong with working entrepreneurs, being your own future, boss owner, business owner. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But in this day and age, apparently that has not become a problem. Now that they have caught on to what it is, that's a problem. But at the same time, these wages still looking like they was when I was born. And I was born, okay, in the 20th century. It's the 21st century at this point. What, like, come on, okay? So my assistive intelligence tells me that me asking why they didn't ask me further questions is a very same question to be stuck on. And it's not that I'm nitpicking, I'm noticing a process failure. Because in a healthy hiring conversation, lack of detail invites follow-up questions, not rejections. So let's name what should have happened versus what actually happened. And it says what a competent interviewer would have done. If they genuinely cared about fit and clarity, they would have said things like, can you walk me through a specific example? What would a day-to-day look like? How do you handle X in a certain role? Can you break this down a little bit more? That's basic interviewing. Like, and I feel that, like, if he would have said, I don't know, because even still, with details, I would have felt like I've given him everything he needed. Because it's just like, walk me through a day-to-day of your past job. And again, like I told him, it's not like I've been a firefighter and saved lives. But even if somebody told you they were a firefighter, bitch, what the fuck do you expect them to do except fight fires and save lives? Like, it's really not hard. And people tell you their job description, like, are you dumb? That's what I was feeling about the hiring. Because if I tell you I worked in retail and customer service, what the fuck did you think I did? If I tell you I work as a dental assistant in, an orthodontist, you like, did you do paperwork? Did you assist the orthodontist hands-on? Like, there are you could tell me directly, or I can ask you, is this something that you've done? You're gonna tell me yes or no. Simple as that. And like I said, that's basically interviewing, especially for a job that was, like I told y'all, this job was less than $15 an hour, which was really jarring to me. And it says, the fact that they didn't ask you tells something more important. And they said what actually happened, and this is the uncomfortable truth, they weren't interviewing, they were filtering. Okay. Some employers treat interviews like forms. You either hit the checkbox or you don't. No curiosity, no dialogue, just pass or fail. That's not discernment, that's convenience. Okay. And two, they likely already had a perfect candidate. Like I said, majority of the time, this is not an open position. It's a checkbox being filled. And it's for someone that has filled open positions. Living this checkbox life is wild, because I've literally worked jobs where, bitch, all we needed was a warm body and a pulse. You coming every day? Okay. Or are you gonna come? Like, even when I worked for the IRS, I didn't have to interview to work for the IRS. And that was the part that I was like, my next job, I don't want to have to interview, because they didn't even like have to interview me. It's like, do your skill sets match? You're gonna come to work? You're gonna sign this oath? You're gonna keep coming to work? And I got a salary from that. That's why I'm just like, the IRS, again, did not even interview. Also, I guess because they can look into my background. They can for sure look into my background. Okay. Like I said, have you ever had the feds investigate you? I did. They gave me a little paycheck for it. So yeah. And I don't know if that's why they didn't interview. It's just like, we can really see from your credit score to, we all up in your taxes. It's the IRS. Come on. Like, we can really see where you work from your wages. You ain't got to lie to us about where you work, boo. We know where you worked. If anybody know where you worked, we know where you worked. Okay? So, and exactly. They can see. That's why I'm like, these jobs better stop acting like they really got something going on out here. So boom. They probably already had a perfect candidate. Then it says, when a company is truly undecided, they probe. Okay. When they're justifying a decision, they stop asking. Not enough detail becomes a neutral sounding reason that avoids confrontation, even though I slick cussed Dominique out in the most professional way possible. When I tell you I was on level 10 with her, level 10. Girl, cut that girl off and everything. And if I was you, I would have said when I was in college, I've been out of college 15 years. Okay, hold on. I went to college in 2010. 15 years, it's 2026. I'm not finna talk about shit about college. I'm so sorry to you. I don't even, and what you, like I said, I told, and I cut her off, ma'am, I don't even want to hear that, because what I told him was XYZ. So if I told him XYZ, why are you, well, I don't know. I'm just telling you, it says not enough detail was given. All right, girl, thank you. And I hope she put in there catering call back. I be trying to get them on that phone. I be emailing the emails back when they be telling me we moved on to another candidate. And what was the reason? What do I need to work on? What do I need to brush up on? Not that I just be trying to get an answer in anyway. Like, whatever, because that's another thing that I noticed too. Spoiler alert, these people like being lied to. Like, you can go in there and tell them, oh, I did. Like, they just want you to fluff stuff up. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Again, I talked about I'm a natural performer. They want somebody that's performative. Why are we faking real life? That's another strange thing to me. Like, I was thinking about that as a business owner. I would really rather hire the emo girl that has, just hi, bye, scanning you out, does her job, no extras, than somebody that is like pretending to be this, like, if you have high energy and you are naturally smiley, like if y'all ever see like certain people on YouTube that just naturally have all this high energy and smile all the fucking time, like they just are cheerful people, that's the thing. But if you're not, I would rather you just be who you are. Like, of course, I would love for Miss Emo to smile, but if Miss Emo is only going to do her job, that's all Miss Emo is paid to do. Like, it's as simple as that. That's all she's paid to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Because I wouldn't want to have to deal with somebody that's always coming in here faking it, really hating their job, and then one day they plotting to blow this bitch up. At least little Miss Emo is going to tell me, I hate this place, and you better leave me alone because I might explode on you. All right, Miss. All right. All right. You're right. You're right. So let me let you do your job. let me move right on this. All right, so boom. Yeah, like I said, not enough detail, avoids confrontation, avoids explaining themselves, and closes the loop quickly. Because, like, what could she say to that? She's like, well, that's what they said. Okay, you're right. And it also goes on to say 3, low wage roles rarely invest in nuance. And y'all know I love nuance because I just don't feel like people know that there are nuances in life. Like everything is not black and white. There's always a nuance. There's always a special circumstance for everything, anybody. Like that's just what it is in life. That's just what it is in life, okay? And it does say this is key at blank hour. Like I said, less than 15. Many roles. This gives They expect high applicant volume, which is true. They don't train interviewers well, which could be the case, and they don't see candidates as long-term investments. So instead of clarifying, they move on because there is a high volume of applicants, okay? So like I said, it's impersonal, not personal. So like I said, this for anybody that's on a mission like me. Do not take this personally. Do not take this personally. And it says, my system intelligence told me the part that's bothering me the most, and let's be honest, it's not why didn't they just ask? It's why was I discarded instead of engaged with? And that hits identity nerve, especially for someone who knows they're capable. Like I said, I done worked my way up, okay? I done been in several positions. So to tell me that a low wage paying job ain't, I need income. Okay, simple as that. And it says, my nervous system is reacting to being prematurely concluded, and the reaction is healthy. So it says the grounding truth that I need to land on is if a company doesn't ask follow-up questions, doesn't clarify expectations, and doesn't explore potential, they're likely telling you we don't invest in understanding people, which is very true. I would end up arguing with them a lot. Like, they would be the type of person where it's just like, again, nuances. You can't even be a minute late. Don't let your car break down. Don't have no family issues, bitch. Don't go through nothing. They're not going to care. You getting rid of. Simple as that. And I would have issues with that. That like, bro, no. Especially at this low wage paying job, some days I'm not going to come. Oh, y'all, like I said, I didn't work jobs where if I don't have the gas money to come, I'm not coming because I don't have the gas. Simple as that. Are you going to give it to me or are you just going to let me call? Like, what are we doing? 99.9% of the time, they gave me the gas money and told me give it back to me when you get paid. And that's why I always move on to the next job. You got 2 years to give me the amount of money that I need. I'm on to the next. Whether it's my own entrepreneur venture or the next job, I always do 2 years on the job, 2 years doing my own thing. That's why right now I done did 2 years of being an entrepreneur. I'm trying to be a working entrepreneur. That's why I'm getting back into these. I've been into these applications, but like now it's like crunch time because it's just like I'm about to be a middle-aged, single unwed woman. Crunch time. Gotta figure this out. Okay. So, and that's a culture that would require me to constantly over-explain. It would have pre-existing misunderstandings and justify competence daily. I would feel unseen there. Okay. Just later with the paycheck that didn't compensate for it. I would eventually be leaving. I would be doing this for the paycheck in hopes that it works out. If it don't, like I said, 2 years, the peace sign out that bitch. Even the K, sign language K, it looked like a peace sign. Because on God, he meant that for me. I will be out this twice on KK. Because stop playing with me, all right? So, and then they also gave me a thought to replace the loop when it comes to, instead of why didn't they ask me more, tribe, they showed me how they make decisions quickly and without curiosity. So it's not you that failed. It's just not a system. That's not a system you failed. That's a system you don't belong to. So, boom. I went on to say that it is more so about noticing the process failure. An interview saying, walk me through your day to day at your last place or employment, or those screening questions that they do prior to, like, how would you handle this? Like, I would rather them say, because that, like, I'm just thinking about the IRS training. We did our training based on our calls. When they say they monitor them calls for quality purposes, they do. So we'll hear our calls and that's how we get our feedback. If they would have listened to or gave me a scenario of something that goes on in their job and asked me how I would handle it and then make decisions based from there, I feel like that's a better judgment and assessment of how I would handle the job than ask me what I've done in prior, jobs and all the other kind of stuff. Do all this shit that y'all had me do on the internet. Ask me, do you strongly agree? All these questions that they have you do prior to, y'all can ask me them same questions right here. When they be having y'all take this or listen to this module and answer these questions, you could literally have me sit this down right here. We had a situation where someone came in here and stole $1,300 worth of clothes. Let's just say it's retail. How would you handle it? Because in retail, you ain't supposed to go after nobody. Okay? That's just not your job. That's protocol number one. You are not security. You can call security, but that's what you're not. So that's why I'm just like, I don't understand why stuff like that didn't happen. Like those pre-employment screening questions. Like you could ask me that of how I handle situations that happen within a company. Because I personally feel like job relevance, skill, experience, and willingness to work are keys to employment. But interviewers are filtering for an ideal candidate of their choosing. There is a strong disclaimer. Many jobs do not say out loud that job seekers are unaware of. The quiet part out loud is that it's not an open position being filled. It's a checkbox. And that's literally what I told my assistive intelligence. And it says exactly, you're not ruminating, you're diagnosing the system. What you just articulated is a process critique, not a personal grievance, and it's a sharp one. You're naming the part most job seekers aren't told and most employers won't admit. Interviewers are not often evaluations, they're confirmations. They were looking for someone specific. Maybe someone that was going to stay with this company that was not going to, conflict with them because I am. I don't want to say I'm combative because I am non-confrontational, but if something's not right, then it's just not right. Like, it's as simple as that. So that's a large part of the reason why even when I was on the job, I always knew, girl, you need to be trying to figure out a way to have your own business because you are too bossy for these positions that you always got something to say. You need to just run your own business then. And so it goes on to say that what you're clocking, and you're right. In theory, interviewers should assess job relevant skills, experience, problem solving, willingness plus capacity to work, which is why good interviewers ask, walk me through a typical day. Tell me how you handle the time with X. How would you approach XYZ here? Those questions surface confidence. But in practice, the quiet disclaimer that you said out loud, many roles are not truly open. They are always leaning towards someone internal, already favoring a referral, already sold on a certain type, and is posted for compliance or optics. Sometimes I'll be feeling like this stuff be tax purposes. Okay, this is all about, it goes back to the money at the end of the day. Like, it's, hey, that's just me. So the interview becomes a checkbox, a paper trail, a justification exercise. It's not discovered anything. And when that's the case, no amount of detail changes the outcome because the decision precedes the dialogue. And that's why I feel like there was like I said, I felt like I was giving too many details to this man. So to hear that you were rejected, to hear that I was rejected because not enough details were given, like I said, one that made me go, well, why didn't you ask more questions? Okay. But then, like my assistive intelligence told me, no amount of detail would have changed the outcome. Like I said, I genuinely believe that because I'm talking about, like I said, jobs that's not on my resume. Okay. But just let you know that I've done this. Volunteering positions, all types of things, whether it's a paid position or not. Okay. I'm talking about it. No amount of detail would have changed that man's mind. There was not an open position being filled. It's a check. And I really want to know it's going to be somebody like Dominique. I probably was not desperate enough. I hate to say it like that because with her baby crying in the background and like I do believe that jobs are feeding off of desperation. I be trying to look desperate, like I please. Maybe my baby need to start crying. I need to put me some baby sounds on, cause I did say I'm gonna start going to these jobs and lying, but I be forgetting. I need to start wearing a ring, saying I got a husband I gotta take care of. He disabled, so he can't do shit. I gotta take care of this family. We have 4 kids. I don't look like. Maybe I don't have to have 4. Maybe he had 2 and I had 2, and that's why we have 4 kids. Cause I be needing more money. Okay? I got a family to feed over here. Shit. I want to feed my family. That being too, so just the family I'm manifesting, yeah. Okay? Huh. Now, Lord, don't let it be my situation. Now, hold on, because see, that's when you get to planning and things get to be real. I don't want no paralyzed husband I got to take care of, God. But if I got to lie to get this money, that's what I got to do. You know where we at with this. So either you going to change them or I'm going to have to do what I got to do. Because I don't have time for this. You going to do your big one and let it be done, or I'm going to have to do what I got to do. That's really how I be talking to God. Because I don't want to hear nothing about it. Like I told you, I'll be turning the chat off because I don't want to hear nothing about it. Even from I said what I said, and I hate that I be getting into it with him like that. But it's just like, show out, show him why we doing this. Show him you are real. Show up and show out. I'm still alive, but that might not be enough. Might not be enough. We need that income. We need that income, okay? So it also goes on to say why not enough detail is the perfect excuse is because it's subjective, it's not confrontational, it's hard to dispute, and it sounds merit-based. But it avoids saying you don't match the person we already imagine, okay? Especially because I'm over 30 years old, and it's just like, hold on, girl, you don't even look like you're over 30 years old. We don't believe you. You say you're 33. You slick. Look like you're 23. So how do we know? Because I be talking about, yeah, like, I've been in retail sales for 15 years. I look 18. So it's like, I get it. I do. But at the same time, I don't be feeling like that's fair. Like I said, I be on the internet looking at girls that be like, oh, I'm 34 years old. I'll be 34 this year. And I be like, yeah, y'all look 34, but I don't. Like, do I look 34? I don't be feeling like I look 30. I be trying to look 34, but it's like, even when I put on a business suit, like, my profile picture on YouTube, I got on my little blazer and everything. I still don't even feel like it made me look. It gives like she's like in her 30s because like who's wearing blazers? But like these people would not know that I've been alive almost 35 years. Okay, simple as that. I know when I got on that Zoom, cause just and then that'd be another thing too, cause it's just like all right. Because of how I look too, people discount that because of how I lead. And it's like you could be a great leader, but it's just like sometimes people think you soft. Sometimes people, and then like when I used to have to get on people, they used to hate it. Like, oh, that's how you are. Yeah. Like I still gotta do my job. You still gotta do your job. I want to be the coolest manager ever. But like, even the people above me were like, you cannot do that. You gotta pick a side and stay there. Like it's just like I came up with them, so it's like they still in that position. Even though I came up, it's like I know how they feel, but it's like if they wanted to come up, they would come up. Cause I know people that were working at that job that have been there since child, let's say 5, 7, 10. Some people have been there, then died their child, then retired from that place. Not the IRS, but another job that I had where I was working my way up into management I worked my way up into management. But yeah, like it was just certain things that I looked at and I was just like, well, how did you do that? How did you like when I first became a trainer? I became a trainer within my first year being there officially because you get a whole nother set of uniform when and they like, whoa, how you get that? And it's like, you've been working here since you was in high school. You a grown adult. Either that's finished college, in college, went to college, whatever the case. You never thought to ask how you could move up in this bitch? I moved up to I move up. Yeah. I'm like, give me the keys. I'm finna run it. I'm finna run it. Love running it. Okay. So yeah. Didn't match what they were expecting. But then again, that be the reason why these people use these assistive intelligence. They go and get these jobs and they're not qualified. Like I said, I really do have the skill set to do everything they wanted me to do. But somebody that says something fluffier, somebody that polished it up fluffier, whatever the case may be, is going to get that job. And I'm like, I don't know how long that person will be there. I don't know how that person would favor that job. Sometimes I always want to see who the ideal candidate was. Like, oh, if that's what you was looking for, yeah, you weren't gonna beat me. Okay. If that's like I said, Dominique with her baby crying in the background. Dominique that did not call me and say, hi, this is Dominique from da 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 da. Dominique that just called and said, hi, may I speak to K Julia? No. When I say hello, you say hello. This is such and such from such and such. May I speak with such and such? So I can say, oh, yeah, I can code switch a little bit. Because a lot of times I don't code switch. And like I said, there were so many reasons why I thought he would have said, baby, don't worry about it. I'm like, maybe I was too chill in the interview. Well, I don't really know. No details blew me off. But it says, this is why doers feel gaslit in hiring. Because doers expect relevance, back and forth, clarification. Instead, they get silent criteria, aesthetic preferences, vibes dressed up as rigor. And when you sense that disconnection, it's disorienting. Because you're responding in good faith to a bad faith structure. So the insight that matters most is once you see this, you stop asking, how do I explain myself better? And you start asking, is this process designed to find someone or to justify someone? The question protects your energy. And when this realization, why this realization is actually freeing is because now rejection is not inadequacy. Silence is not lack of skill. Because even when they don't call you back or any of that other kind of stuff, you'd be like, child, what was it with me that they didn't want me? Okay. And vagueness is not your failure to perform. Because like I said, I can't believe he said no details. Okay, really blew me off. So it's often just bureaucracy performing neutrality. And the final truth with no sugarcoating is I didn't misunderstand the interview. I outgrew the illusion that interviews are fair. And once you see that, it becomes hard to unsee, which is why traditional hiring feels increasingly incompatible with me. Not because you can't do the work, because you can see the checkbox behind the curtain. Because at this point, yeah, like, what you looking for? You looking for somebody that got 18 kids for them to take care of that are bound to this position? Because I will lie and tell you that I'm that at this point. Because now I know that's what y'all want to hear. So yeah, that's essentially where I got with my I can't believe they didn't hire me. I hope that y'all have some good faith in y'all next ventures and this process and knowing that, you know, it'll all right. Dun, 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 dun. Like Lil Wayne said, or whoever sang that. But yeah. Like, that is pretty much going to wrap up this social for today. I do thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe for the vibes because, yeah, I thought about that too. Like, I said subscribe for the vibes. The vibes is what y'all subscribing for, okay? So don't be coming over here expecting me to be no, you know, profound teacher or anything like that. It's just like we're vibed out. You subscribe for the likeness, for the community, for the vibes, the tribe, the oneness, okay? So with that being said, be good, be great, look good, don't hate. Spread love because that's what a real mob do. Keep it gangster, look out for your people because that's what the real gangsters do. Nobody told you I'm here to tell you. God loves you. Jesus loves you. I love you if you love them. Okay? So I will see y'all in my next live, whatever that may be. Or I will see y'all on the flip side, whether it's a short, whether it's a post, whatever the case may be. Like I said, I will see y'all. So until next time, just know that it's all love, baby. Okay? Because I gotta get my heart right. Boom. There we go. That's exactly what it is. Toodles.